Hello, and welcome to Adrian Beyond the Classroom. This is what we're looking at today, smartphones. So what I want you to do straight away is literally go and look at what you're doing on screen time. Actually find out your screen time now. And it's quite shocking to know how much we need to use our phones, but how some people become totally over absorbed. So the actual talk today is about smartphone and its usage, and I've been doing a lot of research. Look, it doesn't matter what age you are, you're always learning. So I kind of want to always find out what's going on in the world, how we approach it. Now, the thing I have learned just recently, there is an acronym called SAS. Now, the only SAS I've ever come across are special forces in the UK. But this SAS is Smartphone Addiction Scale. And what I've discovered is very, very groundbreaking for me, and I'm sure it will be to you. So there's a scale that you can measure what moment a phone can be more of an addictive problem in your lives. So I've got some information, and it says that if you spend under 3 hours a day on your phone, you are actually managing that screen time very, very well. So that's great. That's a good positive to start with. But as soon as you start going to more levels, like 3 to 4 hours, we're getting what's called borderline usage. And if it's borderline usage, that means you could start doing more and more each time. And borderline usage is about users are in control, but they may suddenly feel the urge to check their phones mindlessly, not with any purpose. Oh, I just want to check what's on my phone. 4 to 5 hours is now becoming high risk and problematic. And I'll give you some quite shocking statistics that I've managed to find out recently. This is a tipping point for heightened risks of depression and anxiety. And over 6 hours is part of the scale. So at any point, this scale, the smartphone addiction scale, actually has about 30 points, but I've just highlighted maybe the easier ones to understand, and 4 of them today. So the over 6 hours is severe dependency. Now, severe dependency means peak addiction that regularly interferes with sleep and relationships. Now, look, before we go any further on the problematic side of smartphones, let's just counter this, that people who actually use a smartphone corporately in their jobs, that is a different matter. They're actually using their time to do what they need to do. All our circumstances are different. Look, I'm self-employed, so I work on my own time, but I'm very planned in what I do each day. But let's look at what some of the impacts are on us. And there's 5 points that are very, very worrying, and they are shocking. And obviously, you're somebody who uses a smartphone. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to share your comments. So loss of control, feeling unable to cut down on usage even when you actively want to. So that's one of the points and the effects it has on people's well-being. Neglecting life responsibilities, allowing screen time to disrupt your job, schoolwork, hygiene, or household chores. So your phone is now sort of beginning to take control. It's like phone in control. You're in control of your phone, but then it can start shifting to the phone's in control. Damaged relationships, prioritizing notifications or social media, scrolling over real life conversations with friends and family. And actually, so looking at text and things like that all the time. You get withdrawal symptoms is another element that is quite worrying. Experiencing irritability, restlessness, anxiety or anger when the phone is taken away or lacks service. So that dependency is quite high. And finally, and this is probably the one that a lot of us could suffer if we overuse screen time, Sleep disruption. You get compulsively checking the phone throughout the night, staying awake hours past bedtime, which alters brain chemistry, and it actually does affect your mental well-being enormously. Sometimes the realities. We've even got stronger ones where there's certain elements where what we do actually affects us. There's this one particular one that's called phantom syndrome, where people think that their phone is vibrating in their pocket. So these are all the elements about what we do now and how we can change. Now, all our lives are differently. So I'll just give you a tip about how I balance my life, and then you can share your ideas as well. I basically have a routine. I'm self-employed, so I always plan my day. I have got a book here where I'm planning what I'm doing today, what time, what I'm doing where. Now, when you plan like that, and it could be anything you do, I put a planning here today, and I've put down on one of my plans today, let me just have a quick look at it. I've got a dog, a golden retriever called Clemmy, and I take her for a walk. Now, I do check emails, but I don't check emails on my phone. I tend to do that on my laptop, which is my workstation. I have marking to do because I am a tutor. I have lots of marking to do, so I've got that factored into the day. I've planned this YouTube, so this has been factored in as well for 10 o'clock viewing, etc., etc. And I'm going to be making some and developing some food because my wife is out. She's a teacher. She's out at the moment, and she comes back later. So I will prepare a meal. And then I have my times of tuitions that I've got down as well. So I have many times in the day which I factor in. I factor in breaks. I factor in lunchtime, even chores. So even if you're somebody who does not work or retired, you need to plan your day. I mean, as I say, I take a dog for a walk. But do some activity. Replace your phone time with activity. And I mean activity sometimes, just by doing things where you say, go and clean the bathroom or something. If it's something you need to get done, get it done. Put that as a priority. And then if it's something else, you may want to go for a run. I see lots of people and they go for a run. You know, they take that at lunchtime or they do it early, sort of in a break time at work, at whatever. That's fantastic. So a lot of the time, people have different circumstances, and it's so easy, especially if it's wet, windy, and cold, to just cozy up, grab a coffee, and then start scrolling on your phone. So let's put some shocking facts that actually kind of drive this home. If you spend 4 hours a day on average, 4 hours a day is 60 full days a year. You've used 60 days on your phone. If you take that up even further to 6 hours a day, that becomes 91 full days in a year, which is literally you spend 3 months of a year on your phone, and it's not productive. A lot of it is just looking at all the apps, and we all have them: WhatsApp, TikToks, social media, web, BBC. So I have online BBC News, etc., etc. So this is something really big, and we need to address it. This kind of thing that's going on has many benefits of having phones. Let's not get that wrong. But then when it becomes something that's obsessive and you stop thinking for yourself, it then becomes the time to do something about it. And we know we all can spend too much time on screen. Anyway, that's it for today. Please get in touch. Please put your comments. Please put your screen times down and be honest. So just remember those main things. 4 hours a day is using 60 full days a year on your phone. And that is something that really does resonate with me. And I'm sure it will resonate with you. Anyway, interesting to see. Nothing wrong with smartphones, wonderful for so many things, but we have to address them. They've become something quite worrying in terms of addiction, and it's all ages. This is not geared to any particular age group. Everybody is in the same boat. Thank you very much, and please talk to me online, comment. Thank you very much.